Welcome to This Day, Our Future. I'm Herb Jean Carroll. We will be acknowledging and encouraging. Remember that our children are our future. And I'm going to go ahead and get to our shout outs. First of all, we want to start with Under the Bridge Ministries. They've been doing a lot of great work here in Brevard County, and people are talking about them a lot. We have the public library, and not only the public library, but Brevard County libraries. We can't forget our protection. Brevard County Sheriff Department, Titusville Police Department, they're all doing good work. And then we got again, it's Keep Brevard Beautiful, and I've been a recipient of some of their work, so they've been doing great work. But yeah, a lot of people doing great work in Titusville. And I'm going to go ahead on and have our guest on for today. Our guest is a person I know a little bit about. And when I say a little bit about, I mean he went to public school here in Brevard County. He went away for many years. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with the military. And he's been back for a while, and he's been doing a lot of good community work. So I'm going to let him tell you the rest of what he do. Come on, please. And thank you for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
You tell the people about yourself a little bit, whatever you want to tell them about. Okay. We know you've been doing a lot of work here, but just tell them about who you are, what you do.
Good evening. My name is Kirk Davis. I'm a resident here of Titusville, Florida. I grew up here. I attended school here at this very facility, Andrew J. Gibson School. And upon graduating from Titusville High School, I went on to Brevard Community, what was called then Brevard Community College, for a 2-year degree. And then I matriculated to University of South Florida in Tampa, where I got my BA degree. And from there, I joined the United States Coast Guard. And I've served across the country during my 25 years of distinguished service. And at the time, I didn't think I would return to Titusville.
I understand that.
And because my wife and I have family here, we decided we'll come back and make Titusville our home going forward. So we've been back. I retired in 2000. And since that time, I've been mainly concerned with what was going on with my family, helping my family out with situations, medical situations, care situations, that sort of thing. And I noticed when I got back, not much had changed in Titusville. Everything looked pretty much the same, even though I would come back periodically and visit with our families, but nothing really of substantial presence was really noticeable. So I began to look into some things I could contribute. And one of the things I wanted to do was work on preserving our Black history in the Black community. So I began archiving information from a family-owned cemetery, of all things. My uncle, Edward D. Davis Jr. started a cemetery right here in Titusville. It's Davis Memorial Cemetery. Some of you may be familiar with it. And since that time, he collected a lot of obituaries, things of that nature. And over the years, my dad did the same, and so did my mom while they were living. Okay. And so I had to decide how I would share this information. So I was able to do that through Ancestry.com and a site they called Find a Grave. So it was giving me some insights on all the professional people, my teachers, my coaches, my people in the church, the ministers, the deacons, and the Sunday school teachers. And all of them had a hand in raising me and my sister Louise, and amongst all the other community children, including yourself, Herb. Okay. And I wanted to find a way to memorialize them. So that's one way I did it. And as I began to expand that, I've gotten involved with the Titusville well, actually the North Brevard Museum and Historical Society Museum, and later became a member of the City of Titusville Historic Preservation Board. And my research in the Black community's history continued on from that point. But since then, I got involved with the 150th anniversary of Titusville birthday anniversary.
Okay.
And I got to meet several historians, namely Ross Foster, who had collected a lot of information about our community, and that really piqued my interest. So I began to use her as the lead to help me in my research of historical information regarding our history. And as that went on, I came across a group, the Concerned Citizens, that had been put together or reformed with my classmate, Ms. Lynn Dyer Golden. And I got involved in wanting to see what I can do to contribute to the community, contribute back to the community. So I began that journey there. That was around 2017. And since that time, we've been meeting as a group. Usually we meet at the Harry T. Moore Social Service Center, and we would review some things. I'm going to give you a little history.
Go right ahead.
Since we're talking about history, about the Concerned Citizens group. It was actually formed in 1975. Wow. By the members of the Titusville Negro Civic League, the Progressive Men's Club, along with some other organizations and churches. And that was based on new legislation from Washington through the Housing and Urban Development Agency. And there were programs that were laid out to help cities that were marginalized or underutilized as far as development. And that became what they called the Model Cities Program under the HUD program. And that time, the Concerned Citizens group got involved with utilizing the advantages of the other program. And they set out to make our community better. And that included things like the infrastructure, paving the roads, helping people with housing improvements, and the list goes on. So that started in 1975, and that went on for a few years. And during the onset of the program, they needed a little more expertise. So in 1977, my dad, along with Charles D. Davis, along with Dr. Lorenzo Laws, Tony Cador, Jose Williams, Leroy Smith, and others. I don't want to leave out anybody.
Let me stop right
Go
there.
ahead.
So in other words, what you just said, you had no other choice but to be successful yourself with that kind of guidance around you.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Exactly. Thank you. So with those folks getting more involved in it, they reorganized the Concerned Citizens group, and they called it the Progressive Action Society Incorporated in 1977. In 1977, they became a chartered nonprofit organization, and they were given an official charter by the state of Florida on July 5th, 1977.
Okay.
And that was based on the new influx of people into the community. It involved professional people that were employed by the Kennedy Space Center. You had people that were engineers. You had people that were school teachers. You had Dr. Frank Williams, who was a principal here at Gibson School. He was involved, along with many, many others. I don't want to do any disservice because there's a long list.
When you start calling in, you got to watch it. Huh?
So I got to make sure that's out there. But anyway, that group was responsible for getting all the expertise they needed involved in obtaining the advantages of the program. Mm-hmm. And it was under the guys in Titusville, the Titusville Improvement Program. And the organizations worked with the city of Titusville and making sure that the Black community in particular was getting those advantages in improving the community. Now, I talked about paving the streets. I can remember on Union, Wager, and many other streets, south of South Street and just north of South Street, talking Palmetto, Palm Avenue, and the like, there were dirt roads when I was growing up.
I remember
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember some of that.
So they were involved in that, as well as getting sewage installations along those streets and communities to help with drainage, utilities, and the like. They upgraded some things over at Sylvian Park, what we called it then. It's now Isaac Campbell Senior Park. They were involved in getting upgrades done there. They were also involved in voter registration, the drives that were happening back then in the late 70s. Well, actually before then, but it got started more in earnest. As I mentioned, that was a very important thing. Harry T. Moore and Vivian Moore, they were very key earlier on. We're talking back in the 30s and 40s.
So about 20 years past the 70s, 47.
Up to the time that he was murdered, right, back in 51. But that input that he had given the community, the encouragement he had always brought to the community, and the teachers that were under his stead and the students that were taught by those teachers instilled a lot of those things in the families here, mm-hmm, and the adults here. And of course, we benefited from that as children. They passed that influence down to us. So that was a very important thing. I just want to share something. When I turned 18 years old, and this is for the youth, I went out and I registered to vote, and I became interested in local elections. I worked with, he was a former teacher of mine, Dr. Robert Manning. He ran for the city council, okay, back in, I think it was 1970, if I'm not mistaken. And he didn't win, of course, but we never gave up trying to get a person from the community on the board, on the city council rather. To represent the community. So even with that happening, they would push on to make sure that we received the social program supports. The Progressive Action Society worked closely with the Titusville Improvement Program. They called it TIP, which is given the direction through HUD to drive the community and the city of Titusville in improving the Black community. Now, the membership includes a cross-section from the community, and it's very important that particularly younger people now get more involved in the local politics, because like I said, when we got back to Titusville, not much seemed to have changed. A few things had changed. We got paved roads, we got some sewage pipes put here and there. But generally speaking, as a whole, it wasn't keeping pace with the rest of Titusville. So that involved getting people involved. And I encourage young people to get involved in their local political system.
Well, it's about making a way for our future. That's what the program basically about, you know. Everybody has a thought process or, you know, a voice, but you know, it's about people helping people.
Exactly. Now, during the late 80s and early 90s, the transformation of the Concerned Citizens to the Progressive Action Society, it reverted back to the Concerned Citizens because the Progressive Action Society, most of the members there had aged out. Okay. And some had passed away. And it still exists. Uh-huh. Jackie Reasons, I think she maintains what remains of the Progressive Action Society. She was brought on board by, I believe, Leroy Smith, uh-huh, and Jose Williams to pick up the mantle and go with it. And she's involved with the things that go on here with the rentals here at the Gibson Annex. But aside from that, the Concerned Citizens reformed as such in 1992, and it reemerged to basically mirror exactly what the Progressive Action Society had been carrying on since the 80s. So the program went from the Model Cities program to what they now call the Neighborhood Revitalization strategy area, I'm sorry, the NRSA, which is now also called the Community Development Block Grant, the CDBG program.
Take your time. Take your time.
So we've been working with the city council. The program now has a 5-year cycle, and each year they have to have shown accomplishments in the community. And it involves things like residential rehabilitation, helping people improve their homes,
Okay.
upgrade their homes, help with the infrastructure. We talked also in terms of community beautification to improve our parents down some of our major thoroughfares like South de Leon Avenue and the like. And also to get rid of the blighted areas that seem to sort of fallen by the wayside and sort of does not present a nice view for the community. So that was also part of that NRSA program. And we used the Community Development Block Grant fundings to help alleviate and improve some of the infrastructure, things like sidewalks, things like giving first-time bride homeowners loans, and also expanding the recreation facility at the Isaac Campbell Senior Park and also here at the Gibson Annex.
Okay.
So those things have been going on.
All right.
There are programs set aside as well for low-wage earners and the elderly and people with disabilities. There are programs set up to help them. You have, for instance, battered women's programs, Feed the Hungry programs and the like. And there are a lot of new and existing nonprofits that have come online to help assist people, like the program you mentioned, Ministry Under the Bridge, as it was.
Right, yeah.
And similar programs like that. And our concern, though, as part of our group, the Concerned Citizens, is to basically raise the community's awareness of these programs, of the things we're setting out to do to improve as we get involved with hearing the input from the community and interfacing with the community to hear what they have concerns about, and basically act as that conduit between the community and the city government. And that entails getting involved with the city council, attending city council meetings, of course, being a contributor to those types of things. We had a couple things that we did accomplish. It's been a lot. I'll list just a few. In addition to raising the community awareness about us, is renaming some streets. Olive Avenue at one time, as it was called, is now Roderick Harris Street. And Roger Harris was a significant member of the community. He was one of our early pioneers.
I've heard the name.
He was here. I can go back, but I know we don't have the time.
No. Can't tell it all.
Yeah. So he's one of those. And then we had the city give us a commemorative renaming of South Street, Highway 405, SR 405, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
A couple years ago.
So there are a couple signs. There's one at the intersection of Highway 50 and Highway 405, and also one just east of St. James AME Church and just west of the courthouse there on South Street. You'll see the placard that gives that designation.
And this still basically was initiated regarding by some of the Concerned Citizens at the time.
Yes. That was attempted, as I understand it,
some years ago.
Back in the early 80s. I'm sorry, the early 90s. It didn't meet approval because of the residents didn't want to change their address.
Okay.
So we wanted to return to that in the future going forward. But for now, we are going to be recognized as commemorative, honorary for the Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard. But that is something that, along with other things that we are striving to attain. So that it is important that we as a community, particularly organizations, the churches, fraternities, sororities, Masons, and other groups of that sort, we need to come together and get on one page.
Well, as your shirt says, the Concerned Citizens.
Concerned Citizens.
And that's what you basically about the whole area here.
Whole area.
Not just what what's going on, your thought process, his thought process. So when you become aware of what needs to be done, we all address it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what okay.
You know, like with any organization, you have, like we mentioned before, you have friction.
You're gonna have some conflict.
You'll have some conflicts,
If
right?
what about
And that's all good, because it's all about, hearing each other's ideas, being able to come to agreement on the things we can agree upon, and take those things and move forward in attaining those things. So that's very important. So communications is always important, and it's good to know that you can go to an individual. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a group. If you're just an individual, if you have an idea, take it to City Hall. Come to the city council meeting.
Don't be afraid.
Use your 3 minutes of airtime.
We mentioned something of that regarding that on our later what we call our LC here.
Right.
But yeah, you're exactly right. And good thing. Well, actually, it's being done here in Titusville. A lot of people, including your organization, but many people over the country not doing it. But you got to address situations. Because it ain't not about us. It's about our kids, our future. And now that we have the knowledge and we have the desire to do it,
Exactly.
we got to do it. If answer what about it?
Exactly. And it's the things that are important to our community, particularly the youth. I know that there's a program starting up at Isaac Campbell Park that involved the STEM program.
I happened to meet someone yesterday regarding it down there.
Now, Bill Gary and his wife Ruth are spearheading that movement over there, and I would hope that through this broadcast and other means, the word gets out that there's a program for students after school. And as I understand it, they provide snacks and the like to encourage students to come out and learn more about the high-tech world.
Learning is continuous.
It is. And I talked about the infrastructure and things. I won't belabor that, but the things like representation in the city. We do have members of the community on the city council, and I encourage those who are interested in running for the city council to do so. And those who want to see changes, to challenge the city council.
You're talking like a concerned citizen.
Thank you.
That's what it's about.
And I want to encourage others to be just as concerned.
Exactly.
And because there's a lack of representation from our community in some of the areas around the county, and we need to look at making some changes with that too.
Gotcha.
We have people that are coming into the area, professional people, engineers, doctors, whether medical or philosophy or education or what have you. We need to turn all those assets on those existing problems to come up with solutions.
We're gonna give you approximately 3 more minutes to talk about what you want to talk about before we move on.
Okay, I'm gonna close it up for you. But I know I can't say enough about it.
That's what I know.
I know that it's important.
Hold.
Huh?
Yeah. Like you said, you've done your research. You're out there working. You know a lot. You're part of a lot of going out there. You're part of it. I know this already. Okay. So there's much you can tell us.
Yeah.
So what you're gonna have to do, like a few other people have been on the show, you have to come back later.
Okay, we'll come back and we'll hopefully have some list of things that were accomplished.
Yeah. All right.
Just to recognize some of the elders that were a part of the program early on back in the 70s. I want to recognize Miss Nancy Moore, who's over 100 years old. She was one of the original members of the Concerned Citizens, along with her sister, Evelyn Bell.
Okay.
Now she's approaching that century mark as well. But we need the young people, particularly the young people, to step up. We need, in our age group, to step up. I mean, I know that there's a lot to be done, but we just take a little step at a time and just be persistent about it.
Don't stop.
And our concerns, I'll just read this statement. Our Concerned Citizens Group continues to meet the challenges ahead with the City of Titusville and other community organizations making accomplishments. And that's what it's all about.
Okay.
We want to be able to show people that come into the community, or people that live here, that here's some accomplishments. Here's some things that we're able to achieve. And I'll leave this last thought with you. It's my final thought. I like to read it.
Okay.
It's a little phrase here. It says, the greatest of all mistakes is doing nothing because you think you can only do a little. Signed, Anonymous.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
We know who read it though. We know we just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, people, I know he had been doing a lot of community work here, and we need more people to do their part, and that's what it's about. Because it's about people helping people. It's not. Kirk is. I'm gonna tell his age for a minute. He's over 70 years old. He's a senior citizen. Okay, but you gotta do your part.
Yeah, do your part.
You gotta do your part.
And I appreciate you being a part of our group.
Well, I didn't tell him I was a part of it.
Yeah,
But I'm a part of the group.
You are part of the group.
But it's about doing your part.
Yeah,
It's about people helping people. Since you said that part, I'm gonna say something I said before. I'm what they call the Ephesians 2:10 man. Created to do good work. So
Okay, I'm gonna
doing their part.
put my little sign up there.
Okay.
That's our little logo. These are the shirts we wear.
Okay.
And,
Now, Kirk, we're gonna. I gotta ask you the question. Everybody come on the program. We have to ask them a question, and
Sure.
you can answer the question any way you want to. Take your time, and I'm gonna say it with your thoughts, your knowledge, your belief, from a country, state, or local level. How do you feel about our future?
I feel locally we have a lot of things to look forward to. I don't want to have anyone lose sight of that in lieu of what may be going on in the world, because the world has always been in turmoil. So the thing that sticks with me is how when we were raised to overcome adversity.
All right.
And to this have the confidence
Faith.
and the faith
Oh yeah.
in not only ourselves but those who brought us here. We're just standing on the shoulders of many who have gone before us who accomplished quite a bit.
So true.
And we're trying to just keep even with that. If we can just do that,
Keep it going. Or as people say,
just keep it going. That'd
keep
be
it moving.
fine.
As some people say in the word, keep it
If
moving.
Yep.
Doing good.
If we can get ahead of that, all the better.
Yeah.
But the thing, though, I would still want to stress is that we need to have education is a very important key part.
Yes, it is.
And I think I hope I'm not stepping off into a different realm here, but political education is important. We have to educate ourselves politically so that we make the right choices.
Well, that's when you're learning. You don't just learn how to tie your shoe. You don't learn just where to store it. You got to learn what's around you.
Yeah.
The Word of God tells us that know those who labor among us.
Exactly.
You got to learn. I understand what you're saying.
And there are many books out there. I have a reading list I share with people.
When you come back here,
and
I'm gonna let you share more of that with us.
Okay.
Okay. We have to move a little farther here. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now,
Go ahead.
Julie gonna come here and share what we call our LC here. Okay.
Good evening.
Hi there.
As a guest here at this Day Our Future, a child you know or Lifesetter Academy may receive a $500 gift card or donation. Also, Titusville City Council, Public Housing Authority, School Board, County Commission, and NAACP has monthly meetings.
Julie did it again. She knocked it out the park.
All right.
That's what we call our LC here. And every state, county has what I call the LC here. They have the public housing meetings. They have the city council meeting. They have the school board meeting, county commissioners meeting. And people go, listen, speak, do your part. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, if you want things to change or get better, specifically for our kids, do your part. It's just that simple. Before we wrap this here up, also, I could tell people about people helping people. Yes, it is. True success. What I say, Julie? True success. True success comes from seeking, serving, sacrifice, and giving.
Right.
I'm gonna say it again. It comes from seeking, serving, sacrifice, and giving. It's about people helping people. As we help, we encourage, inform, and inspire. Again, Kirk, I don't think you'll come on the program.
All right, my pleasure.
And again, you can come back. Like I said, I know you know a lot. That's one reason you came over here on the program. Okay, that's one reason you're invited on the program. Just share some thoughts. Okay, make people aware what's going on. But
right.
yeah, you'll be back.
Okay.